At the onset of this course, I decided to undertake creating a community of practice for my students through a Facebook group. I created an implementation plan in order to establish critical dates and milestones for the project's success. This included setting milestones for surveying learners' needs, planning content, storyboarding, graphics, reviewing and testing the material, and finally releasing the project for my students' use. The initial student survey was informal and was used to determine the usefulness of the project. The goal was to enhance their current learning without replacing the traditional method of delivery. The survey allowed me to hone the content of the project to one particular aspect to study: architectural history slides, including important dates. I was able to establish a basic implementation team by suggesting the class rep would act as project manager for the COP. This established a connection within the group. My role would include faculty rep as well as academic in charge. I was unable to find a faculty member to partake in the project this year, but my hope is that with more time to implement the plan in subsequent years, I'll find a peer willing to volunteer their time as cluster director or educational designer. After successfully conducting the learners survey and planning course content, cracks were already beginning to show in my implementation plan. Firstly, after conducting the survey, students let me know that my proposed timeline was too long and they would need access to the material much sooner. This meant I had time to collect my course content and graphics, but I did not storyboard the content as I should have. The material was uploaded to Facebook fairly regularly, but without proper organization. Students were thrust into the COP as the material was released without having first had the chance to be properly reviewed and tested. The content was appropriate, and I was lucky to have a student moderator assist with the online presence of the COP by monitoring the comments in the comments feed. The timing of this project and the small scope did not warrant finding a faculty member to fill an active role in the project. For the most part, the group was well used and well received. However, a few critical milestones were liked but never contributed to. With more time to release the project, I'm confident that next year's COP will be better implemented and run. In order for technology to be successfully implemented, the educator must undertake a plan of action for ongoing support. Technology is constantly changing, content changes, as well as the learner's needs. As outlined in my implementation plan, I have not considered ongoing support in the project. With a solid implementation team in place, ongoing support will become a group effort between myself and the faculty members included in the upcoming releases of the project. My post-project evaluation consisted of an informal open interview with my students. We reviewed the original learner's needs survey and assessed whether or not the subject matter covered their expectations. It was noted that timing of the project hindered its full potential. With more time invested in the initial setup of the project through storyboarding, as well as reviewing and testing the project before officially releasing the material, the project will be very successful. I was impressed with how well the beta version of the project was received, and with more faculty support in the future renditions, this will be a project I can use for many years.
Created using Powtoon.